I know what y'all thinking, bro. A pre-evisceration? That's different. Well, yeah, it's different because I'm giving these two superstars a chance because I think that even with the circumstances of what's going on right now, that both of them can still be, top players. And when I say I think that these two are the future of the current company. It don't got nothing to do with age. It's just positioning and where they could realistically go. So this is the pre-evisceration because if things don't go, the right way, then I think it's wraps. I go by the name of Black Couch Booking. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're old to the channel, Couch Crew, you already know the vibes. Join the Patreon, link in the description down below. Join the Discord and follow me on Instagram, please. I post some good stuff over there. I really want to, interact with the homies. But why am I making this video? Well, LA Knight in particular I don't know what's going on with bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all for real, for real. Like, he did not qualify for King of the Ring. He did not win the Money in the Bank briefcase. And now people are like, well, he's gonna feud with Seth. And his fact, no one wants to see that. Let's be completely honest, bro. This is a guy that I'm not even the biggest fan of as far as other people. When other people were saying he's a main eventer, he should be a main eventer, I was like, bro, he cool in the United States card scene. But now, objectively, I can see what everyone else sees. This guy, great promo. This guy, we don't have a babyface champion right now. I think that will change very soon, but we don't have a babyface champion right now. We've struggled with, really getting a genuine babyface. In my opinion, I like Cody Rhodes as the champion, as a babyface. I think Cody Rhodes had all the intangibles, but if he's not going to be the title holder anytime soon, LA Knight is not only a babyface, he's a cool babyface, bro. He's a cool babyface. Like this, he's a guy, he has the catchphrase, he does the commercials, people like him, he gets the pop, and he's earned, I think he's earned the right to be in the main event scene. I'm not saying he got to win the title in 2 months, but how are you not doing nothing with this guy, bro? Money in the Bank 3 years in a row, did not win. He didn't even qualify King of the Ring. Did Randy Orton really need to advance? And I will talk about, that in another video because I have a sneaky suspicion of what they're going to do with the King of the Ring finals between the last two. I think I know who's going to be in the last two. But bro, this is the pre-evisceration because even though he did not qualify for King of the Ring and he did not, get the Money in the Bank, there's still like 1 ounce of hope that I have because he cut a very good promo, against John Cena. And I think, and I've said this already, that I think LA Knight and John Cena could just have a match, for the WWE Championship. But I did think LA Knight was going to win the Money in the Bank and cash in on John Cena. And like I said, guys, I'm being objective because LA Knight is not one of my favorites, but you cannot deny the promo. You cannot deny he's over. He's a draw. That's what y'all talk about, right? Y'all talk about, well, they're a draw, then it doesn't matter. He's a draw. He doesn't gotta have, the most craziest 5-star matches of all time. He is a draw and he has decent enough matches to the point where it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He's good enough to get done what he gets done. I think he had a good match at WrestleMania. With Jacob Fatu as well. So I'm confused as to what's going on with LA Knight. He has all the intangibles. Now, they gave Jey Uso a shot, and to this day, I do think that they didn't give him a legit shot to really carry the mantle of being the world heavyweight champion. But if you had that, you had the Yeet guy. Why can't the Yeah guy get an opportunity sooner rather than later? Because this guy has been over for years now. Like it's not like he got to the main roster. He had to build up, build up. As soon as he hit the main roster as LA Knight and he wasn't doing the Max Dupree stuff, he was over. That's what they talk about, right? Well, the timing is, well, when is the time right, bro? This guy has been consistent since NXT, since Eli Drake, or you know what I'm saying, outside of WWE. So what does he have to do in order to get a real opportunity? And it's not always about the title, but this guy isn't even in the main event picture. This guy had to double, triple back for the United States Championship. He's a two-time US champion. Okay, why didn't he win the Money in the Bank? The Seth Rollins win the Money in the Bank, I still don't agree with to this day. I kind of see where they're gonna go with it. I think he will cash in on John Cena specifically. The World Heavyweight Championship is kind of random. Like I said, I think I have a suspicion of what's gonna happen with that, but I'll talk about that in another video. But I'm not ready to eviscerate LA Knight just yet, which is crazy for somebody like me because Money in the Bank and King of the Ring, that should have been enough. And I said that that was enough for him to just be done. But he still put in certain like him cutting that promo before the Fatal Four Way. It kind of speaks to me that they know they got something with him, but they just won't pull the trigger, guys. And I'm patient. I'm patient. We're all patient, but this guy got to wait 6 years. Like, come on, bro. We're not getting any younger. He not getting any younger, bro. LA Knight. He has the swagger. He's cool. He's a cool baby face. That is very rare in the WWE because not only LA Knight could do the kissing the babies and be the company guy, but he's cool. He has attitude. He has charisma. He has swagger. You could say he's a Rock and Stone Cold. Whatever you want to say, he's still over and he's still a draw. But not qualifying for King of the Ring and not win Money in the Bank is kind of nasty to me. And like I said, bro, I don't want to see him with another mid card title. Would he be good on Raw? Absolutely. But to go to Raw to win the IC title, he needs to be a champion, bro. He needs to be a world champion. Give him a shot. I think it will work out. LA Knight with the not the United States, with the World Heavyweight Championship is money. That's what I think. I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Bless me, thank me. Yeah, man. LA Knight, man. LA Knight for what it's worth. Like I said, I haven't been the biggest draw on LA Knight, but I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Some people, bro, I give everybody a chance, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they don't care if I give them a chance or not, but he's shown me that him as world champion would be fun and entertaining. And he would lay, he's a baby face that would actually lay into his opponent during the promo battles, the backstage segments, because the most baby face formula is I'm doing this for the fans. You aren't a good guy. LA Knight, like, listen, bro, I'm here to do me. I'm LA Knight. Yeah, all that. He would just be going crazy. But that's my thoughts right now on LA Knight. I'm gonna circle back. Jade Cargill, however, did qualify for Queen of the Ring. And I think she should win. And the reason why I'm doing a pre-evisceration of Jade Cargill as well, it doesn't have to do with what's going on right now. She's been in a good storyline with Naomi. Her and Naomi, had a good match at WrestleMania, in my opinion. I don't think Jade Cargill was carried. I think she actually did some good work in there. It has some good spots. But from an investment standpoint, this was one of the biggest signings, since like the last couple of years. Jay Cargill, it was a big deal because, besides Cody Rhodes coming from AEW, but Cody Rhodes was already in WWE. Jay Cargill was really that one free agent. I was like, oh my goodness, they really signed Jay Cargill. And since then, I still think she's probably the biggest free agent signing off of name, off of potential, off of box office. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ricky Saints, Mariah May, that's cool. They went straight to NXT. Jade Cargill went straight to the main roster because she's that much of a big deal. So, with that being said, there should be a plan in order for Jade Cargill. And also, I think they're wasting their investment. If she came in, you thought she wasn't ready. Okay, they had her in the PC. She didn't debut for months when she signed. She did this stuff with Bianca Belair that helped, get her footing in the ring a little bit. She had a good match with Jade Cargill. I mean, a good match with Naomi. Had a good story with Naomi. Now is the time to strike. This person is about to be in a movie opposite Jonathan Majors, and Jonathan Majors is a phenomenal actor. So even if she has a small role, it's gonna be good publicity. They just let Liv Morgan go to Japan and do her thing. Jade Cargill is probably gonna have to have time to film this movie. So what I suspect is my prediction coming true, which is Jade Cargill will win the Queen of the Ring, will face Tiffany Stratton, but she will get cashed in on by Naomi, which is absolutely fine because you have her losing Naomi. Naomi cashes in. Jade Cargill gets written off TV in order to go film the movie. When have Naomi have her run, obviously it won't take that long to film the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like Liv Morgan, she was going for like a couple of weeks. But however long it takes Jade Cargill, when she comes back, she doesn't have to challenge Naomi immediately, but she should come back and take the belt off of Naomi because then she'll be a two-time champion, which will add to her accolades, which will put her in position to be a big deal. Y'all gonna say, she's not that great in the ring, blah, blah, blah. That's from a fan standpoint. From a business standpoint, TKO, all that, you signed her for all that money, bro. You have to utilize people who you signed for all that money. As long as they don't look like absolutely garbage, then it's nothing you can do. And at the end of the day, she's box office. She's over with the people. Like, well, she gets a good reaction. She does things in the ring. She looks very strong. You know, she's very marketable. She is good for business, ladies and gentlemen. And then if you want to run Bianca and Jade, which they have to run that eventually, you run that. If Jade and Charlotte is in the final of the Queen of the Ring, that is a good thing because they've been teasing Jade and Charlotte for a long time. They tease us with Jade and Tiffany a little bit, and you know they did what they did. But them actually fighting in a one-on-one for a match, I think their styles could be good. I think Jade and Charlotte's styles can be good. So if you build Jade up by beating Charlotte, beating Tiffany, she get cashed in on. So it's not like she just lost because she just lost. She lost because Naomi hit it with a car. She lost because Naomi cashed in. It always had to be some sneaky underhanded thing, but Naomi never just beat Jade Cargill straight up one on one. So when Naomi has her run with the belt, Jade Cargill comes back. They have an official match and Jade Cargill wins. You come on, even objectively as a fan, if you don't like her, it's undeniable that that would help put her over. Then you run Jade and Bianca, you have Bianca take the belt off of her if Jade could hack it. Okay, cool. We all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, that much money you have to use your investment. Like I said years ago, when Jade first debuted, I'm like, Jade and Bianca could be the two women power trip. They should be tag team champions. Everybody called me crazy, said I was an idiot. It happened, right? So why can't this happen? Well, why shouldn't this happen? I think this is what's best for business. So why is Jade Cargill part of a pre-evisceration video? Because if they don't do this right, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of hype. It's a waste of everything. You have to utilize this individual. She's gotten the pops. She did some very good work in Elimination Chamber coming up, beating up on Naomi. She did some very good work with Naomi at WrestleMania. I think she's done enough good things in a row to the point where, okay, we could do it. Let's give her the ball and run with it. You got to take a risk. You got to take risk. And you got to take risk on your investment, bro. Like she getting bread, bro. And now she's gonna be more marketable, a Hollywood star, if you will. Just don't make the mistake of becoming a part-timer, Jade. You know what I'm saying? Play this role, become world champion. You get to play another role. You know what I'm saying? You get the boom, 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 boom. That adds to her stock and profile as a, entertainment, individual, and as an athlete. So I think WWE needs to work with that. If you're about to have somebody that's about to be in a movie, I don't care if it's a high profile movie, I don't care if it's an independent movie, you have someone who's gonna have star power and record and being recognized. She's gonna do good in the movie because I do think Jade she can have some character range. It depends on what type of character she plays, but if she shocks people and she's not going to be the damsel in distress, I don't expect because how can somebody with all the muscles be a damsel in distress? She probably gonna do some action stuff in the movie with Jonathan Majors. Um, but if she does play the love interest or she plays what I'm saying, the more feminine woman that can still kick ass and stuff like that, that would be even better for her because the WWE could be like, listen, she has range. We saw what Alexa Bliss, rocking with Bray Wyatt did. It showed the range. Naomi, she showed what she showed, in this feud. It showed range. If Jade Cargill can have range and that physique, then you could get over without her gotta have 5-star matches, bro. Because if she shows in this role that she can do character work and actually she got an acting coach and stuff like that, it could translate to WWE. WWE is getting free promo work, free character work in a movie that's not even associated with them, but they have to utilize her. This is a pre-evisceration because if you don't use Jay for anything else, then it's a waste of money and a waste of time. You got her from AEW for a reason. For the look, she had accolades in AEW. Build the accolades in WWE. We're in an era where we have women like a Bianca Belair, a Rhea Ripley, a Jade Cargill, a Liv Morgan, a Nia Jax, like you, Stephanie Valkyrie. The world is at your feet, but you gotta do something. I'm begging you, WWE. And you don't gotta be a fan of her, bro. This could be good for television. Y'all gonna be happy if Naomi successfully cash in anyway. But then for Jade Cargill to come back, spin the block, and beat Naomi straight up. That'll do wonders for her because Naomi, let's make one thing clear. If anybody doesn't need a super long title reign, it's Naomi because Naomi knows how to use the time allotted to her to elevate her story and her character. Naomi don't need a 200-day reign because Naomi is that good. But Jade Cargill, Jade Cargill beating Naomi after a 100-day reign or whatever the case may be would do wonders for Jade Cargill. And even if it don't, then hey, we do a double turn or something. Like you got to be smart about this. But honestly, I wouldn't care what the fans say. I would go with that plan, and I think they're gonna go with that plan. If Jade Cargill beats Charlotte Flair, that elevates her. But I am afraid. Which is why there's a pre-evisceration. I could see Charlotte Flair winning. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. But I mean, I saw Charlotte Flair being Tiffany, but that didn't happen. But Charlotte Flair ain't about to take too much laying down unless Alexa Bliss has something to say about it. That's the only way this wouldn't work out. And if it don't work out, cool. But I do think Charlotte and Naomi facing off in the tournament would be good for Jade. I mean, Charlotte and Naomi, Charlotte and Jade, sorry, facing off in the tournament would be good for Jade. And then you have Naomi waiting in the background to cash in, whether it's because let's make the one thing clear though. I do think if Jay does win, that she should successfully, beat Tiffany Stratton. I don't think it should be a situation where Jade and Tiffany are having a match and then Naomi cash in and make it a triple threat. I thought that at first, but I think Naomi should just cash in on Jade because it's like, look, I'm not letting you get nothing. You was champion for 1 minute before I cashed in. Like I think they should make it dope like that. That's a dope cash in to me. But for LA Knight and Jade Cargill, I think these two individuals are the pillars of what WWE TKO wants to do, right? Because they do need to start building up baby faces to the point where people like are legitimately behind them. Like certain baby faces like a Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes gonna get what he get. But like guys like a Sami Zayn and people like that, and like the Fraxiums and all that type of stuff, they're gonna get the cheers, right? But the heels are still overwhelmingly more popular, more cheered for. And you could blame the fans in the crowd for that, and you could blame the fans on the internet because we're cheering for Naomi, but literally she ran over Jade Cargill with the car. So realistically, we shouldn't be cheering for Naomi, but we're cheering for the Naomis. We're cheering for the Dominic Mysterios. We're cheering for the Karrion Crosses. They still cheering for John Cena. I think these two could be the baby faces that really stand out. Like the only one who got like good heat to me is like a Becky Lynch got some good heat. As I think the New Day got some good heat. They don't really get cheered like that. So like the Becky Lynch's, the New Days, but we need someone in the top spot to counteract, you know, like I think Gunther's gonna get some good heat for beating Jey Uso down the line, but some people are happy about it. So it's just give and take. But I really, I don't want to give these two individuals an evisceration just yet because I have faith that both of them could be what we were looking for, especially LA Knight, bro. Come on. That's a layup, bro. A baby face that's actually cool, that got swag, that's not campy, that's not doing all that nonsense, and he can play to the crowd. We need that. If you want to call him a tweener, you can, but he's still a baby face that just does like edgy actions, you know what I'm saying? And like calls it like he sees it. I don't think he needs to be heel. I think LA Knight in the position he in is good enough to translate to babyface and people will actually be for it. Like imagine LA Knight go to Raw, go gets a Gunther. They're not cheering for Gunther, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, he's gonna get super heat. And LA Knight beating Gunther would be amazing, but he didn't win King of the Ring qualifying. For some reason, Randy Orton won. I don't know where they're going with that. I kind of do, but I'll talk about that later. But what I'm saying, I want to know y'all thoughts. Yeah, I'm not doing the screaming and yelling and all that because this is a pre-evisceration. Now, if LA Knight don't get something very soon, he's eviscerated. Jade Cargill, I'm watching because I'm very interested in Jade Cargill. I think Jade Cargill has most of the things that you need to build a star. If you don't think she's super duper great in the ring, there are other stars who aren't super duper great in the ring, but because everything else is so overwhelmingly good that's like, all right, whatever. Yeah, I know this person not gonna put on a 4-star, 5-star clinic, but the promos is good, the look is good, the backstage segments is good, and they just make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just I think she can be that legit, you know what I'm saying? It's not just about the wrestling, it's about everything. And if you have 8 out of 10 things, I could rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some stars who are super duper good at the wrestling, but can't do a promo, can't do a backstage segment. The theme is whack, the clothes is whack. So you'd rather just go with someone who's a 5-star match clinic versus no promo, no aura, no clothes, no backstage segment, or someone who has all that, but their matches is like a 2 or 3, not a two, like 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? Um, So that's my opinion though. I want to know what y'all think, man. Should these two even be on the same video? Or if something comes down to it, I think Jade Cargill, they're gonna do the right thing. LA Knight though is really suspect. But if they could shock me with this Seth Rollins thing, they're not gonna do this. But imagine if LA Knight just challenged Seth Rollins for his briefcase and beat him. They're not gonna do that. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I think they could do something with LA Knight. But I want to know your thoughts and opinion. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for love support as always. Appreciate you guys. And we just like having conversations over here. So please let me know what y'all think about this video, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Yeah. Peace. That was cringe. Oh my goodness.